Hello, I'm Angela.
And I'm Macy.
Every day, due to a lack of sight, the visually impaired come across numerous mobility problems. Accordingly, my partner and I have decided to devise a tool to solve these challenges. Our product is Theia, a groundbreaking mobility tool for the visually impaired.
So, what problems exactly do the visually impaired face every day that requires them to use a product such as ours? Our research has found that there are three main issues, the first of them being hardships during unknown navigation due to their lack of sight. In a study conducted by the American Foundation of the Blind, most individuals reported the highest amount of stress when navigating unknown bus routes and unfamiliar places. The second issue is difficulty circumventing objects and obstacles. In a survey between legally blind and blind participants, 36% of falls from unknown obstacles in front of them have led to medical consequences. Then the third issue is stress over unsafe traveling. It was found in a report that the prevalence of 2 or more anxiety disorders is 4.3% higher in those with a visual impairment than people with normal vision. It is clear that there needs to be a better solution.
Kurt Dykman is a manager at Bosma Rehabilitation Center for the visually impaired. He is diagnosed with a visual impairment and uses a white cane to move around. He recalls moments where his white cane was not able to detect overhead obstacles, stating, "I've been known to eat low-hanging tree branches every once in a while. You get a tree branch in your eye, that's not a good feeling." Now this leads me to talk about how important it is to acknowledge the fact that existing mobility tools for the visually impaired do not meet their needs. As mentioned before, the white cane cannot detect overhead obstacles. Additionally, it can only detect obstacles up to a few feet. Another tool, the guide dog, is extremely expensive, costing up to $60,000. Other factors such as smaller living quarters and allergies play into the fact that the guide dog cannot be a solution for everyone. Lastly, other LiDAR startups are ineffective in conveying information. As you can see here, this other LiDAR startup called Strap has to be attached to your chest, making it ineffective to convey information.
At Theia, we plan to primarily target visually impaired individuals in the United States. This allows us a 32.2 million market. But what do we mean when we say visually impaired? We describe visual impairment as any kind of vision loss, ranging from partial vision loss to total blindness.
With that in mind, our primary target market will be visually impaired individuals. We have decided to target the silent generation to baby boomers since vision loss is the most prevalent in those generations. We have also decided to target the middle class, incomes ranging from about $45,000 to $150,000. Our secondary target market will be rehabilitation centers for the visually impaired. This encompasses the companies and their clients. In our geographic analysis, we have found that our product is most applicable to urban areas since 78% of visually impaired adults live in urban areas. Hence, we have chosen Indianapolis, Indiana as our target area. It is a bustling city, 21,000 of the population is visually impaired, and Bosma Enterprises, a rehabilitation center for the visually impaired, is located right in Indianapolis. We will be able to effectively reach our target market when starting in Indianapolis, Indiana.
On to the psychographic and behavioral analysis. The Theia consumers have the psychographic segments of an innovator and a thinker. This is because they are conscious about the products they are purchasing, but they are also open to new technology. Other attributes of the Theia consumer is that they have an active lifestyle, are familiar with technology, and are passionate about leading independent lives. All of these characteristics combined make up the ideal Theia consumer.
Now on to our unique value proposition. How does Theia stand out from the rest? Well, Theia is composed of 3 aspects that allows it to differentiate itself from the rest. 1. Theia is extremely accurate as it incorporates LiDAR technology to map out any detected obstacles within 16 feet of the user. 2. Theia is highly convenient. Theia is located on the consumer's phone and thus with them at all times, making it easily accessible for use. And 3. Thea enables our consumers to be more independent, as it needs no personal attention and helps boost the consumer's confidence in getting around on their own.
So fundamentally, Theia is the most convenient and accurate mobility tool for the visually impaired that uses LiDAR and haptic feedback technology to ensure independence.
On to our solution. Thea is a joint app and phone case that will solve all our presented problems the visually impaired experience. First, let us introduce the Thea app. The Thea app incorporates navigational app software through Google Maps API for real-time data and mapping to create the most safe and efficient route for our users. Additionally, the Thea app utilizes the growing technology LiDAR to scan and detect obstacles that could harm the user and uses that information to reroute them. The Thea app will be available for free download on the Apple App Store.
So while the Thea app deals with all the navigational aspects, it doesn't do well with communicating it to the user. That is why we have also created the Thea phone case. The Thea phone case is made specifically for the visually impaired with 3 key features. The Thea phone case is comprised of 2 layers of polycarbonate plastic to protect all the communicative hardware inside it. The outer layer is white liquid silicone rubber to provide shock absorption, protect the consumer's phone, and allow them to have a steady grip. Now, on the side of the phone case here are 3 grooves. Inside these grooves are 6 linear resonant actuators, or LRAs for short, and this provides haptic communication for the user. These actuators have a battery life of up to 9 hours and can be easily recharged through a magnetic charger that will be sold with the phone case. And now, since the consumer has to hold up the phone case to use the app the whole time, we have included a support band. This support band is made of the same silicone as the outer layer, and it's flexible to fit all hand sizes and keeps the hand steady. The Thea phone case will be available for purchase on the Thea website that we will create, and we will ship it to all of our customers.
The Thea app and phone case are revolutionary in the market of mobility tools for the visually impaired, but it can be a little tricky to understand exactly how they work, so let's run through a quick scenario over the key features.
So let's imagine that you are visually impaired and you are needing to get home on foot. The Thea app can save frequent locations such as your home, and it also recognizes voice commands. So all you would simply have to say is, "Thea, take me home." And then the app will open up and automatically find the best route for you. As you can see on this model here, the app has opened and has found the estimated arrival time, the duration of your travel, and the exact distance.
This navigational software will solve our first problem, and our users will not have to worry about any struggles when navigating the unknown.
So this model right here shows the street view of where you are. However, since due to your lack of sight, you will not be able to see that there's a bench right in front of you and would most likely harm yourself running into it. This is where the LiDAR technology shines. LiDAR is an acronym for light detecting and ranging, and it measures the distance of obstacles through small pulsating lasers. This is similar to echolocation that bats and dolphins use, except they do it with sound. LiDAR is technology that is used in self-driving cars, and it is now being incorporated into our phones. Apple has already done it, and Samsung and Google are just close behind. So if this is the regular street view, this is what the LiDAR sees. The red indicates any obstacles, with this one right here being the bench. All of the green represents a clear path, and the different shades represent the distance. All of the orange are possible obstacles that upon further detection, the LiDAR will see if they could actually harm the user. So since the LiDAR has detected the bench as an obstacle, the app will then reroute itself. In order to avoid the bench, you will need to turn right and then turn left to go straight towards your home. To communicate this information, this is where the haptic communication on the phone case comes into play. The actuators will vibrate and pull you in the direction that you need to go to avoid the obstacle. Since you need to turn right to avoid the bench, the actuators on the right will then vibrate and pull you in that direction. Then to turn left, the left actuators will then vibrate. And then now to just continue forward until you get to your home, the 2 center actuators will continue to vibrate. Patterns such as this will continue until you have made it home safely and have avoided all obstacles.
The LiDAR technology and haptic communication come together to create an effective process that will solve our second problem, and our users will not have any more difficulties avoiding obstacles. Ultimately, the Theia app and the phone case virtually abolishes all the mobility problems the visually impaired experience, making our users feel safe while traveling, solving our third problem. In our conclusion, we will introduce future plans and explain why we need you. At Theia, our mission is to efficiently aid the visually impaired from point A to point B through secure, revolutionary technology. We've created a 3-year plan to achieve this goal and to continue to improve Theia.
So this diagram right here represents our 3-year plan. All the pie charts surrounding it label our expenses, and the key up top tells you which expenses are what. All the detailed expenses can be found in the appendix section of our written paper. We are designating our first year as our startup. This is where we will focus on developing the Theia software, partnering with a manufacturing company in China to produce the phone cases, and developing our marketing strategies. In year 2, we will focus on expansion. This is where we will up our production and also our employment. This is because this year we will begin to prioritize selling to rehabilitation centers, and we will do this by establishing an effective sales team to hold them as clients. Then our 3rd year is when we will break even. With most of our expenses being directed towards phone case production, our projected sales allow us to fully break even and repay your investment. We are asking for an investment of $550,000 exchanged for 25% equity in our company. This will be used for the development, manufacturing, and overhead. The total time for the Theia app and phone case to be developed is 44 weeks and costing $234,000. Then for manufacturing, we plan to make 5,000 units in our first year, and then also 1,000 extra chargers. This makes a total of $236,600 for manufacturing. Then for overhead, we will rent a workspace and purchase equipment that will cost $55,000. Now, you will have $25,000 of your investment remaining, which we will save in case any more money is needed in any of these processes and for future use. Angela and I will each contribute $225,000 of our own to help with marketing and employment and anything else.
Theia is projected to have immense success with its sales. For $95, our customers will get 1 Theia phone case, 1 magnetic charger, and 1 power adapter. We will also sell individual chargers for $10 each. In year 1, we will sell 5,000 units and 1,000 chargers to come to a total of $485,000 in sales. In year 2, we will sell 20,000 units and 4,000 chargers to come to an annual total of $1,940,000. In year 3, we will sell 50,000 units and 10,000 chargers to come to an annual total of $4,850,000. With the aid of your investment in our 3-year plan, Theia will be able to successfully achieve these sales. In short, Theia is accurate, convenient, and enables our customers to be independent, making it a revolutionary mobility tool for the visually impaired. Thank you so much for listening to our presentation, and we look forward to further discussing our plan with you. Thank you.